Welcome to Tables,
Lists,
and Chairs. Luke also didn't troll. This is a hot streak. Luke didn't troll. Laurie didn't troll.
because
it's crazy.
You politely asked me not to.
I did. That's correct.
The more attention you bring to it, the less likely the streak will continue.
I know, yeah. Hello, welcome to TLC, Tables, Lists, and Chairs. If it's your first time here, here's what's going to happen. All of us have come up with our personal top 10 list of a certain category, and we're going to go through, reveal our answers at the same time, and then mock each other for them, probably. For this week, we are doing the 10 best ever AEW pay-per-view matches.
This was tough.
This was very hard.
This is the hardest one we've done so far.
I had
think so,
a
yeah.
long list of 25.
Yeah.
And I then had to whittle that down to 10 and then work out what order that went in.
Yeah.
And every time I took one out of the top 10, my heart hurt.
Yep.
Genuinely. If it's your first time here, please do subscribe to the channel and like the video. We're going to start with number 10. 3, 2, 1.
Oops.
Oh, hello. Danielson versus Zack Sabre Jr.
Yep.
4 pillars, 4-way.
Oh, that's good.
It's on my long list.
Yeah, same.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I've got
MJF Adam Cole from All
MJF
In.
Adam Cole all in, that main event.
That was also on my long list as well. Yeah.
Well, this was not originally my number 10.
Yeah.
This was originally my number 9, and WrestleDream happened. So I had to alter the top 10, I guess.
Yeah. This match is, I mean, we've spoken about it very recently on the WrestleDream coverage, but this is an absolute technical masterclass of how to do technical wrestling. And as I mentioned to you on the WrestleDream podcast, I really hope this made fans of technical wrestling from this match, where people watched it for proper technical wrestling for the first time and went, I like that. Because this is the sort of match you could show someone and be like, this is what technical wrestling is. And everyone goes, oh, I get it. It's perfect.
The only problem with it is they'll never see anything as good as it again.
That's so true. Yeah, you're right.
Here's the best of this.
Yeah.
Now enjoy second best forever.
Not as good. Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic match. I considered putting that on number 10 instead of this match, but I really love this match. It just was a match that came together and it was like, yeah, you got to do the 4 pillars, 4-way for the AEW World Championship and have everybody get their little moments. It's one of the best 4-ways that I've ever seen in wrestling. They did a fantastic job with this. Everybody got to hit their mentor's finisher, regardless of how they felt about their mentor. It was a great little match. I love it.
Particularly as well because it wasn't like a hotly anticipated match. Everyone's like, oh, this feels like a bit mid-card for the world title, but they sort of showed up and showed out. I kind of had the same feeling about MJF and Cole. When this was announced for All In, like Dave Bradshaw in the office was like, is that really a Wembley Stadium worthy main event? And then those two came out for that main event, the crowd went ballistic, and I was like, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
Yes, it is.
It turns out the hottest thing in the company might be worthy of Wembley Stadium.
Yeah.
And I friggin' loved this match. This match
So
was
good.
Baller.
3, 2, 1. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
All of these are. Yeah.
Also on my long list.
Yeah.
And it pained me that it was not in my top 10 in the end.
I felt like I had to, but I was very surprised it ended up so low. Goddamn, that moment is so special. The culmination of like the best story in AEW history, I think. And I think MJF and Adam Cole is on course to be as good, if not better. But this is such a special, special match. And that moment of Hangman being crowned was incredible. Such a great payoff. The match itself was great. There have been better ones, which is why it's number 9. But the fact that this is one of the most cathartic moments in AEW history, and it's number 9 on my list, I think says something to the quality of AEW pay-per-views.
Danielson Starks, eh?
I loved this match. I went into this match being like, there's no real like story here or whatever, because it's a replacement match. But Danielson's going to show out. Danielson's great. And then they just had the most brutally violent strat match that I think I've ever seen. And it culminated with something that made me feel like something was accomplished in this match. Having Ricky Starks pass out from getting choked out with the strap and the label lock made me feel like, hey, that might be his Steve Austin passing out in the sharpshooter match. And any match that makes me feel that kind of way deserves a spot on this list.
Great match. And you're right, like as a replacement match as well, because it was supposed to be Punk. To just like, oh yeah, well here's Danielson. It's like, oh, Danielson's a good shot. And then he comes out in his final countdown. You're like, oh, okay,
yeah,
and then they just beat the piss out of each other. You're like, okay. And then like Bryan Danielson literally murdered that poor boy.
He sure did.
Yeah.
It was great. And I have got for the Young Bucks and Lucha Bros from All Out 2021. 2021 is an incredible show anyway.
Yep.
Like it is, I think, Everson is like, it's their Mania 17 in terms of like all-time pay-per-views. And this is probably the best match that's on that card.
Certainly is.
I
So great.
love this tag match. And it's like, the Young Bucks and Lucha Bros had like amazing tag matches in the early days of AEW on that first string of pay-per-views. And I actually nearly had the ladder match from the other All Outs. But that ladder match is like, it's where those brave boys was born on the WrestleTalk podcast. Because Ollie Davis at one point was just like, they're so brave.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, that's lower than I expected.
Yeah.
It's a lot of great matches.
There's a lot. It's like AEW has some great pay-per-view matches or something.
I think this is the best of the trilogy that these two teams have had. It sucks that it was in the pandemic.
Yeah.
Really wish that this one had not been the best match of the trilogy in the middle of the pandemic. But this match was a match that we've been waiting for a long, long time. Like the Young Bucks once tweeted out, I was like, one day we're going to wrestle the Revival. It'll be the greatest tag match you've ever seen.
Yeah.
And they were half right. Because
Yep.
I feel like there is another tag match that might be better than this one.
Maybe.
Spoilers for later in my list.
Yep.
But this match is, and I love the finish of this. Cash ignoring the just fist no flips, and he did a flip.
Yeah.
And it cost them the match.
Yeah.
Love that as a finish.
It's not on my list just because it's the pandemic match, and I'm like, it's too hard to go back and watch. But I agree. I think it's the best in the series. This match, I think there are others that are better than it, hence why it is as low on my list as it is. But you said that Omega and Page is the best story in AEW, and I think you could certainly make the argument, as you could make the argument for CM Punk and MJF being the best.
Totally fair.
They are the two best stories AEW has ever told, and I think for a blow-off match on pay-per-view with the presentation of CM Punk in his old Ring of Honor attire and music.
Don't you mean coming out to that Terminator style theme?
Listen, this match had everything I could have wanted from it.
Kingston, Jericho.
God, Kingston's so good, isn't he? When we say like those like emotional moments, like the combination of the story with Punk and MJF, or like the coronation of Hangman and all these great moments, anytime Eddie Kingston wins, it's just me going like, yeah, Eddie! And this, for me, like that story of Eddie like battling against himself and Jericho being like, you can't win the big one, and Eddie finally besting Chris Jericho at Revolution. It was such like a beautiful emotional moment. Like those two back fists back to back at the end, it was just like, Eddie, yes! It was just that, you get that childlike sense of just being like, this is my guy and I want to root for my guy winning, and it was the perfect match ready to do that. 3, 2, 1.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, there you go. Oh, the ladder match.
The ladder match.
There you go.
This ladder match is so baller.
It's great.
Like, it's really funny. They wrestled on the first ever AEW pay-per-view, at Double or Nothing 2019. But I feel like no one remembers that match. It's like the most forgettable 4 3/4 star match you've ever seen. And so they went out on the next pay-per-view and went, all right, let's have like the best ladder match that anyone's ever seen. And that's up for debate, of course, but this match is so awesome. That Canadian Destroyer off a ladder through the table, it's one of the best spots I've ever seen. It was just a display that our tag division is going to be the best because we have these two teams to build off of. And I love these two teams. This might not be the only time that we see them on this list.
I really wanted Pac and Cassidy on my
Me
list.
too.
Man.
It's so good.
I know.
A lot of mine, as you may notice, come down to like what moments get me the best, right? And the moment of Cassidy trying is like, he's doing it. This was so perfectly done for the perfect crowd at that time as well. Like super mega hot crowd to be into every single every little thing that Cassidy and Pac were doing, to then have Cassidy trying, it's just perfect. I can't say anything more about it. It's the perfect moment for this sort of character, the perfect payoff to like the long build of, you know, Cassidy not trying and just being the comedy character and blah, blah, blah. And then he wrestled to go, oh God, he's good. Oh my God. It's awesome.
You already spoke about Danielson and Zack Sabre Jr. It is the greatest technical wrestling match I've ever seen in my life. I think I said this to you in my prediction when we did our predictions video for this, but like I've seen Zack have 10,000 matches, and 10,000 of them have been amazing. But I've never seen him wrestle Bryan Danielson, and it's the match I always wanted to see Zack have. I mean, like, in person as well, because, like, you know, I know they did their match, like, many, many moons ago, but I wanted to see this Zack versus this Dragon, and I got it, and it was everything that I wanted it to be, and so much more. Like, I thought I knew it was be a 5-star match on paper, and then it was 7 stars. It was awesome. It was the best thing. So the most disgusting dragon screw I've ever seen in my entire life.
I love it.
Oh, it was gross. It's got an awesome Nigel commentary. This match is perfect.
3, 2, 1.
Hey, there it is.
Look at these reactions. These are great. You've spoken about this already. This match is absolutely phenomenal. The best match on what is arguably the best pay-per-view.
Like, what else is there to say? Punk MJF. Like, it's I use it. Baller. Like, this match is awesome.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
I know what more you can say about it. Sure as didn't happen in 2020.
Yeah, sure as hell didn't happen in 2020.
Hold on.
Wait for it.
There
we go. He's done it.
Hey, Omega and Paige, I don't think gets enough credit for how perfect a match that is, especially considering how ragged Kenny Omega's body was at the time of that match. Ring spinning, he's got vertigo, he's still able to pull out one of the best main events the company had to that point and complete a story that had been going on since the start of the company, crowning a new star, having closure with the Young Bucks. This is one of my favorite matches ever in AEW, but in terms of best, there are still a few that I think beat it out.
Yep. 3, 2, 1. Number 4, eh?
This is number 5.
5 even. 5. You're right.
Yeah, number 5.
I've made a huge mistake.
Shocked at myself that this match ended up at only number 5.
Yeah.
But like I looked at the matches I have 1 through 4 and I was like, I can't justify it in my own mind. But one of the most emotional wrestling matches I have ever seen. When you look at wrestling, unless someone's like real squeamish and doesn't like blood, I think this is a match you can show to anybody and they will get it. They will get pro wrestling and why it's great and why everybody in that building had a tear in their eye when they embraced at the end of this match.
I mean, we've spoken about this already, the dog collar match. The action in itself is great, culmination of a great story, but also the turn from Wardlow as well was awesome.
Yeah.
That reveal of him being like, can't find the diamond ring anywhere was really funny. And
And
he
then
goes, here it is.
there it is.
Afterwards, it was really perfect. Again, like the culmination of the Wardlow story, the culmination of the Punk and MJF stuff, it was just the best dog collar match I've ever seen.
Yeah, I had to go with the Iron Man match. It's the greatest Iron Man match I've ever seen.
Yep.
And I've seen Judgment Day 2000. That is a joke, by the way. But I think it's the greatest Iron Man match ever. Danielson's the best. MJF can do anything. This match is awesome. It's so great.
3, 2, 1. Danielson MJF.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's the steel cage.
Steel cage from All Out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kingston.
That was honestly, I think, the match I was most sad to not have on the list.
Yep.
Listen,
Same.
we can all sit here and argue that CM Punk versus MJF is Punk's best match. But we all know it's the Eddie Kingston match. We all know it's this 8-minute banger, which has the back fist, and he falls down like a sack of shit, and Kingston throws back his head, and he laughs, and it's the best, and I love it. This match had 1 week of build, and it's perfect. This is the greatest match that AEW has ever done, and I put it at number 4.
Yeah.
That's how great it is, and how great the next 3 matches are. This match is awesome.
Danielson MJF, best Iron Man match of all time. You mentioned it. It's awesome. So much great action. great work rate. Everything in this match is perfect. And like you said, it solidified MJF as the world champion of the company. That's what you do. If you want to solidify a world champion, put him against Danielson. He'll make a star out of you.
And go for an hour and 8 minutes.
Yeah, this is slightly personal. I also think it is the best steel cage match of all time. This match is brilliant. It's perfect. It's just the most fun match. And I've shown this match to people that have never seen AEW and just gone like, here's what they're on about. And they go, oh my God, I got to watch this. But this match is very near and dear to me because I was there. And seeing, what's his face? Seeing Ray Phoenix jump off the cage and hearing Sean Ross Sapp's sweet Kentucky voice go, oh, Jesus Christ. Made this one of the most enjoyable matches I've ever had the pleasure to see.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah!
We got
one!
one! Yeah! Suck it!
But still great match.
Great
Yeah,
match.
this match is amazing. The bit where Danielson is smiling, covered in blood, like a pig in shit, in the middle of what he loves most, which is wrestling an hour in, and MJF is crying because he can't handle it anymore, is my favorite moment of the year. Like, just an unbelievable bit of in-ring storytelling from an otherwise, like, perfect match.
I love the visual of MJF lying on the floor being given oxygen, and in the background is Danielson covered in blood doing star jumps. I'm ready to go, champ. Come on. Yeah, like this. Okay, so Omega Ospreay is the greatest wrestling match in 2023 from Wrestle Kingdom, and remarkably, the second best wrestling match of 2023 is Omega Ospreay, but in a different place, in a different country, in a different show. Because this match is awesome. This match is so great. Will Ospreay is the greatest wrestler on the planet, and Kenny Omega is also the greatest wrestler on the planet. And this match is only at number 3 because I know there is some, like, the Don stuff sometimes that doesn't work for a lot of people, and it kind of doesn't work for me. I preferred the Wrestle Kingdom match, but that just goes to show how gosh darn good this match was, that it's still, like, I think it's the third best match this company's ever done. This match is just balling. It's so good.
I mean, you said everything I wanted to say. Like, the fact that there was something that was slightly negative about the match and the Don Callis stuff, and it's still at number 3, says how great the rest of the match was. Like, this should have been the main event of Forbidden Door, really. The fact that these two went out and put on as good of a match as the Wrestle Kingdom one, if not just slightly underneath, is absurd considering how good the Wrestle Kingdom match is. This is an incredible match, and they played up the Canada element of it so perfectly. Canada. They played it up so well in this match as well, with Ospreay getting such great heat because of it. It's such a good match.
Tried to do the Shawn Michaels spot, putting up his nose and stuff, but it fell out.
Yeah.
It's so good.
It's
That
perfect.
match rules.
So much fun. 3, 2, 1. He's doing a board, but we matched again! Yeah! There it is!
Great match, though.
Yeah.
I love this match so much. It pains me to my core that I couldn't be in Toronto when this match happened. I missed it by a week. If Money in the Bank wasn't here, I would have gone. But it's okay. I still got to watch it, and I watched it like lying there in bed the next day at like 1 a.m. with a sleeping partner next to me as Kenny Omega kicks out of the One-Winged Angel at 1, and I just went, it is.
Honey, wake up! He kicked out at 1.
I think it's my favorite match of 2023. It's between the two, but there are times where I'm just like, I don't think the Wrestle Kingdom match has a moment that made me feel like that kick out.
Yeah.
It's got its problems with the Dawn stuff for sure, but this match just goes so hard.
Like we kind of already spoken about Cody and Dustin, but this is the match that put this company on the map. I know that there's the Young Bucks Lucha Bros. Ain't no one remember anything else from Double or Nothing 2019 but this, and the image of the finale of this match. When AEW first started, a lot of people were like, oh, what's this company going to be? Oh, it's going to be Being the Elite, blah, 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 blah. Then there's got this match, and everyone went, oh, this is what this company could be. Oh, this is what an alternative looks like. Holy shit, I'm really excited about this. And this match kicked ass. I went into this with fairly low expectations as well, because it's Cody versus Dustin. I was like, yeah, it'll be good. I'll have some NWA fun, I guess, some WCW fun. I didn't expect to feel as much as I did watching this match.
It's a perfect match. It's a perfect match. There's nothing else to say about it. It's perfect. 3, 2, 1. Yeah! We all matched.
Of course.
Yeah! I mean, wait, no, sorry. The greatest tag team match of all time?
I think so.
And easily so, yeah.
Yeah. And it will always be the perfect kick out at one spot I will ever see. Because people have tried to replicate it since, and you ain't gonna. Because this is the best one. Even the kicking out of the one-winged angel. This is better. Somehow, this kick out one is better. It's a perfect match.
You were there for this match.
This is my favorite match of all time. And a lot of that comes from having been able to be there and lose my at that particular kick out at one. I just can't say a bad word about this match. If I want to put on a match and feel good and just love wrestling, I put on this match. It's the best tag team match. This is the story that I was most invested in at the time in pro wrestling. I watched Being the Elite at this point, and I really, really felt everything that they were doing. You had the anticipation that maybe this is when Hangman's gonna turn on Kenny, because that just existed for like 6 to 9 months straight. It's a perfect match.
There's that, we've actually mentioned it a couple of times in the show. All Out 2021 is the best pay-per-view they've ever done. Revolution 2020, man.
I think that's up there.
Revolution 2020, I think, is actually a better show.
Yeah, it might. I think it's an argument between them. I think it's personal preference.
The main event rules as well.
Yeah.
That main event's awesome.
Yeah.
If you turned to me and said, I don't like this match, then I would say everyone is entitled to their opinion. But I'd also think you're a idiot.
And that is going to do it for our top 10 lists of the best AEW pay-per-view matches of all time. Do you disagree or think there's any matches that we left out? Because we did. We left out loads. We had to. I'm sorry. Let us know in the comments of any matches that you would have put in your top 10, and let us know any future topics you want to see us cover as well. Also, next week's episode is going to be us three still, talking about the worst AEW pay-per-view matches of all time. And that episode is live right now over on our Patreon page at patreon.com/WrestleTalk. 1 week's early access. Be live on YouTube next week, but you can go watch it right now on Patreon. Go watch it. Thank you to Tempest and to Luke for joining me, and we'll see you next week for more TLC, Tables, Lists, and Chairs. Jam that jam.
And chairs.
And chairs.
Ladders.
This wouldn't be on my list if Twitter didn't go, this has to be on the pay-per-view. It was supposed to be a buy-in deal, and it would have been a fine little YouTube commercial, and you can have some fun and whatever. But this is the opening match of a pay-per-view, and it's